What kind of information were they given about the world or about life from North Korea?
그리고 북한에서 자라면서 그 세상에 대해서 그리고 북한 생활에 대해서 무슨 정보를 받았어요?
세상에 대해서 딱 밀폐돼 나서 북한은 외국 라디오도 못 듣게 하고 외국
그것도 다 해서 없고.
아무것도.
He said the North Korean government blocks every information about the outside world.
Right.
They don't let the North Korean people watch movies or news from the outside world or even newspapers or books from the outside world.
Okay. Why do they think that is?
왜 그렇게 한다고 생각해요?
그 세상을 넓게 알면 북한의 선조는 자기네가 세상에서 제일 잘 살고 제일 강대하다고 이래요. 그런데 이런 거
Because the North Korean government keeps telling its people that they're the richest country, they're the best country, that they are the freest country in the world. But if the common North Korean people know more about the outside world, then it will shatter that illusion, that propaganda.
And I think at that point, are they afraid that the people will overthrow and want freedom and want to be able to eat enough and stuff like that? Things like that?
북한 사람들이 대부분 북한 사람들이 그 세상에 대해서도 이렇게 되면 북한에
그러니까 꼼짝 못해.
나는
They said yes. The North Korean government is afraid that there will be an uprising if the North Korean people know more about the world. So what they do is they block all access to information about the outside world, and they infringe on people's freedom of speech, and they even infringe on people's freedom of movement. They have strict curfews in the country.
And I've also heard they can't travel from like one town to the next without like permission, written permission.
그 선교사님 들었는데 북한에서 한 마을에서 다른 마을까지 못 간다고 들었어요. 이거 허락 없어요.
그건 맞아요. 그 사실이에요. 마을과 마을 사이는 또 괜찮은데 이 군에서 기차 역전.
He says, what you heard is right. They're not allowed to go to any town or even any counties without written permission. If they receive permission from the government, they get the written permission from the local office and they have to carry it with them.
What kind of things can they leave for?
어떤 이유로 다른 마을을 갈 수 있어요? 다른 지역?
다른 지역은 일체 못 가고 예를 들어서 가족이 부모나 자식 서로 다른 시군에서 사는 경우 있잖아요.
Well, he said that they're not allowed to travel to other areas, even if their parents passed away or even if their friends or relatives are having a wedding. So I asked him, but are they allowed to go if they have written the permission?
So if your parent died, there's a wedding, you get permission, then you go?
Yes.
Like that? Okay. What were they told about South Korea and America?
대한민국과 미국에 대해서 무슨 정보를 받았어요?
북한에서는 대한민국을 미국이 하수인, 미국은 침략자, 대한민국 침략에 지금 강점하고 있다.
He said that the U.S. is the invaders, they're the great aggressors, and that South Korea is an occupied land, is America's occupied land.
I got another question. If they're told to like hate South Korea and hate America, why would they want to go there? Once they go to China, why would they want to come to South Korea?
북한에서 자라면서 북한과 대한민국을 싫어하라고 교육을 받은데도 왜 중국에 있는 동안 대한민국으로 오고 싶은
그러니까 그거는 이미 시간이 많이 흐르면 대한민국을 잘 산다는
He said as time passed by, he heard that South Korea was a developed nation, and living in China was very difficult because of the cultural difference and the language barrier. So they decided to move to South Korea. Most importantly, if in China they hunt down North Korean refugees and send them back to North Korea, but at least in South Korea they're relatively safe.
And so, how did they avoid being caught by everyone? Like, did people there just think that they're Chinese?
중국 어떻게 이거에 대해서 모르세요.
예.
조선 어떻게 그때가 달갈 때문에 그리고 밖에 아예 나왔어요. 네.
I see. She told me that when they were in China, they dressed like the local Chinese people, and also they didn't go out unless they really have to.
And where did they stay then?
보통에는 어디에서 머물렀어요?
예?
어디에서 머물렀어요?
아까 말씀드렸잖아요. 연변에서 나만 있다 위험해서 여기는 조선족이 많아 쭉 잡아가거든 고전에 위험해서 대련이 가서 6개월 있고 그다음 베이징 갔다 상해.
They stayed in the area north of North Korea for 1 month, then they moved to Daejeon, then Beijing, and then finally to Shanghai.
And how did they actually get over the border? Do they cross when it's like, I heard the river gets frozen and you can walk across?
어떻게 국경선을
우리 형 진짜 몰랐더만 물이 이런디.
진짜 이렇게 올라요.
알겠습니다. They bribed the North Korean guards and they told the guards that they didn't know how to swim. So the North Korean guards, after bribing the guards took them by the arm and then pulled them across the river.
Wait, how did they bribe them? With what?
They bribed them with money.
How much money did they have and where did they get the money from?
얼마 돈을
그때 한국 돈 300만 원.
300만.
둘 그때 당시 지금은 더 많이 받는데 그때 당시 그때 둘이 넘기면 한국 돈 300만 원 약속했어요.
그 돈을 어떻게 받았어요?
우리 딸애가 보냈지. 우리 딸 서울에 있는 딸이가.
So they received about $30,000 of cash from their daughter who was living in Seoul, and with that money they bribed the guards, and the guards took them across the river.
You're asking the guards, did they have like the cash with them? Because, I mean, if I was them, I think I would be really afraid. You ask the guards, they take your money and then throw you in prison anyway. You know, there's no guarantee that they're going to take you across. So, did they have a prior arrangement with them, or how exactly did that work?
그 경비원들한테 돈을 어떻게 줬어요? 그 미리 약속하다가 미리 돈을 줬어요? 아니야 그 경비원들이
이렇게 건너가야지 미리 약속하지 안 돼.
They had prior arrangements with the guards and they paid them to take them to the other side of the border.